What's good with the YouTube? You already know this is Big Flacco with the comics reaction. So you already know what we do on this channel, man. We react to different things, be it what's going on in the social media world, what's going on in the rap world, what's going on out there in society, man. We just tap in and give comics reaction, man. Now on this channel, man, you don't always have to agree with what I say, but one thing I'm gonna try to do is I'm always gonna try to show respect on all levels to every group, whether you're active or inactive. Whether you're a civilian, whether you're a gangster, or whether you're just someone that's just trying to find your way, hey, man, you can find a place in comics reaction, man. We're just gonna talk about anything. I'm gonna react to that prison guard's interview with badass Snoop. As you guys know, man, I had Snoop on my channel for a long time, lives and whatnot, and he told a lot of his story about the rider movement, about how he started it, why he started it, and he told his truth, what he wanted to put out there. Now, I definitely wish Snoop well in his endeavors, what he got going forward, man. Like I said before, I've had long discussions with him outside of prison, outside of politics, just about life, right? He's a different dude. Now, what he said in the beginning about him being pretty much set up, if you guys remember, I dropped a video about 2 months ago talking about how the victim was allegedly on a 115 in 2018 or 19 for conspiracy to have him hit. He was written up. He's supposed to be a keep away. I mentioned that about 6 weeks ago, I believe, right? So everything he said in regard to that, 100% true. In fact, I did the video on that February 7th, 2024. Are prison officials to blame for not separating Snoop and Champ despite a conspiracy write-up in 2018? So I did this story about this whole situation that he speaks on. I did it 2 months ago. Actually, 2.5 months. Anyways, man, Snoop's, presents his stuff in a way in which he wants to showcase his intelligence and that he knows what he's talking about, man. And in this situation, man, there's some red flags. I mean, they should have never been anywhere at all to where that they were going to encounter each other. This was a no-no. Now, from the video, it seems that Snoop's not ignoring or he's not denying it. He's saying that he should never have been put in that situation, which is true. He's a convict also, man, and there's certain things that he can and cannot do as far as in, his fellow inmates' eyes. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like they wanted to put him in a situation to where he had to react the way in which he did, or something was going to come out bad of this. And see, that's the problem that we have, is that this was premeditated by the Department of Corrections. He's going through a lot, man, so I get that part. So I'm not going to sit there and say anything at all bad about the dude, because I will say this, man. When I caught my case, Snoop looked into where I was at. He had my cell. He did all that, man, to make sure everything was good on my end. You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciated that he did that. And you know what I'm saying? There's, like I said, the relationship between me and him is more based upon the fact that he was upset more about Scrappy and felt that I wasn't showing no loyalty to him. But that's not my business. That's not my issue. And I tried to explain that to him beforehand. You know what I'm saying? But he has to have his way. We already know. You know what I'm saying? But it's no love lost, man. And I wish him the best in his endeavors in this future case that he has to fight. And you could feel that he's tired, man. He's tired. He's drained. He's having to make a move, and think 5 steps ahead because of how they're throwing all this shit at him, man. I remember he was talking to me about that. So this is everything that he was discussing. These are some discussions that I actually had with him, like, they had nothing to do with anything that was currently happening, but things that he was worried that could potentially happen. And I think it was a brilliant move by Snoop to reach out to that prison guard, a correctional officer that does have an axe to grind with CDCR, right? Who knows all the in and outs, who knows the games they play, right? And for him to do this interview that early after the alleged incident, man, he's doing this because it's the smartest move he could do in light of the circumstances of what he faces now. You say what you want about Snoop. A lot of people talk shit, smack, this and that, but he definitely knows how to play the game, man. and he knows all angles that CDCR is going to attack him. He's one of the more, what do you call, infamous inmates in CDCR. He's well known. So, he's been probably attacked on all different levels, man. So he knows what they're coming with. He knows how to fight back. And they also know that he has a lot of people that support him. But he's made a lot of key points, though, about, them basically trying to set him up. I mean, there's really truth to that. I really do believe that this was done intentionally. I think that they were hoping that there would be other incidents that probably occurred to pretty much camouflage this incident. But as soon as people caught wind that it was Snoop, the internet went crazy. Honestly, he has every reason to feel paranoid, right? Not knowing what they're going to do next, who they may try to put up in his cell. Look where they transferred him to the hospital. I get he's having health issues, but still, there's a lot of questionable things that have been going on at that hospital, right, in Stockton. So, I mean, it's good for him to at least put himself in a position to where at least he's speaking now. They know what he has to say. They know what he believes happened. And there's proof. There's no accountability from the Department of Corrections like that they even did this. They had a conspiracy case on Snoop against this dude. His name was on there. How would you at all think that it was okay to put them on the same yard? How come they were on the yard for so long and there was no red flags like, hey man, this guy got to move? Did someone take out a chrono? Did someone take out a rules review report? Because all that shit's right there. They know this. IGI knows everything about everybody, and how this went unnoticed by IGI is beyond me. And with especially somebody like Snoop, they're going to look into his file and look into everybody that maybe he has issues with, or maybe even those that have been supportive of him. They're going to try to keep him away from those individuals. But why did they not keep him away from this individual? So Snoop's interview, man, it's on time. He goes about it in a long, roundabout way, but that's just who Snoop is. To be honest with you, look at all the crazy stuff that's really happened on YouTube since fucking Savage Studio has died, man. Just crazy shit, man, in the prison genre. And this is just one more situation just to add to it. And it's coming at a time when the AB is also going through a trial that's trying to expose them as well. Now I have another reaction to this, right? It's something that we have to consider. With the AB going through their thing, with Snoop going through this situation, with the Bulldogs going through what they went through, what was it, a year ago? Everybody's gone through something different where CDCR has basically violated the rights of several inmates. And you got a prison guard who is a lieutenant who is also willing to be a whistle caller and call them on their shit. So I think it's right now is a time that regardless of what side of the fence you're on, active, inactive, okay, Norteño, Sureño, whatever these SMI gangs and Crip Blood, this is a time where the convicts, the inmates, need to push back. Need to quit allowing these situations to be acceptable, and now hold them accountable. I mean, that's the best reaction I could see to all these videos that Snoop is putting out, and he's doing so with a lieutenant. This right here could bust a whole bunch of egg over a whole bunch of individuals in CDCR. And I bet you right now they're trying to do damage control. Okay? People forget though, regardless of whether, Snoop or the other guy should have been on the yard, you know what I'm saying? A life was taken. CDCR once again has more blood on their hands. Okay? And these are facts, man. So, and I know Snoop is a very compassionate person about his beliefs. And if he sees other people going through the similar situation as him, he's one of those ones that could, even from that position, move the crowd a little bit, man, as well as several other individuals, man. I think it's time to move the crowd on these issues that are going on in CDCR, and just this shit needs to be exposed because, hey, you never know who's going to be next. It could be one of your loved ones. It could be your son. It could be your dad. It could be anybody. They're playing games with people's lives. And it's time to put that shit to a stop. And they've been doing that shit for like 50 fucking years, man. Anyways, Hector did a really good job on so far the interviews I've seen. And, he brings a whole different dynamic to, this prison genre, man. So I always appreciate fucking Hector, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep on doing your thing. Good interviews. With that said, it's your boy Flacco, the Comics Reaction. I'm gone.